When I tell a person, do it your way, I'm going to take note, and as a human being, as a man, I'll do it my way if and when that time ever comes. Not to say I'm going to do anything at all. I just take mental note for, I'm going to give you what you gave me.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Answer, man. If y'all just heard that, I'm going to give you what you gave me. That could indicate do my own thing, or my level of respect just dropped down to match yours, and we'll see where it go from here. Let's hear what Wack got to say about it.
My last little episode with Adam, I did great. I give myself probably a C. How I handled that. One, I didn't put my hands on him, and the old me would have. Two, I didn't start verbally attacking him and his, right, for get back, and the old me would have. Well, why you give yourself a C? Well, I would have gave myself a B if I just wouldn't have responded to it. I just wouldn't have had nothing to say about it. Just let him talk to himself. But I felt the need to address something. So that's why I fell short of the B. Well, what would have got you an A? A if I just simply wasn't around it. If it simply was not in my reach, it wasn't in my realm. Part of that simply is, part of that is me still wanting to be accessible to the people. Well, I know it ain't a lot of people like me out there to where people could actually reach and go on the app or DM and get a type of response to address certain things. I know that. It's like, I mean, the closest thing to a me is I don't know, AD over there, but AD ain't me and I ain't AD. As far as in tune to I think I'm a little more accessible than AD and T-Rail, and I do it intentionally. Well, they had a conversation with you, yeah, but AD's still in his own world. You know, he got a little wall around him to where if you know that you know. You know, if you don't, you don't. If you happen to run into him in passing, yeah, he'll definitely stop, have a conversation. He's that type of guy, right? But I kind of feel like, yo, Wack, you know, you need it for the people. But then you got to ask yourself, Wack, well, if you doing this for the people, then what the people doing for you? Then you got to say, well, you can't be focused and concerned about that because it's about what your intentions and your motivation is for the overall people. And then you got to ask yourself, well, Wack, who are the people? Are you just saying black people? Or are you just saying people in general? Who are your people? Who are the ones that you want to align yourself with, identify yourself with, and for your continued growth? And I gotta say, it's the overall people. Adam make you beg. He told you one time. I didn't beg Adam for nothing. I told Adam several times, do what you want to do. I never asked him not to do something. Do what you want to do. You gotta understand this. I'm very capable of responding, attacking. I'm not like the other dudes. My voice goes, right? If that's what I want to do. When I tell a person, I tell my children, do it your way. I'm going to take note, and as a human being, as a man, I'll do it my way if and when that time ever comes. Not to say I'm going to do anything at all. I just take mental note for, I'm going to give you what you gave me. I'm a little more pettier. I'm probably going to go a little harder if my mind is on countering something. But it's just, sometimes, you know, you be moving in a way to where you was willing to sacrifice some things and do this and do this and do that. But you may see some things you may need to adjust. It may not be what you thought it was, and that's cool. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that I do understand. That I had to tell myself, like, bro, you're dealing with somebody who his whole world is content. To a point to where everything around him is part of the content business. right? And with me saying that, I'm still being respectful. So you can't expect him to have the same mentality you have, right? When it comes to certain things. So if he don't see it that way for himself, why would he see it that way for you? That's just what it is, right? So, it definitely is I believe as a man, he sat in front of me. He as I've seen the seriousness in him with certain things, he's seen the seriousness in me. And I think, he has enough respect to say, okay, well, baby, that's probably not nothing to play with Wack with. You know what I'm saying? I see you probably really wanted to snap, but, he maintained his composure, so why poke the bear?
All right, y'all, there it is, man. Like I said on the last one, you heard Wack grade himself, and he said a C. I really give him like a B minus. A A would have been if he didn't get visibly upset or didn't indicate that hands could be placed on people. But still, I think he did a great job of holding his composure, not feeding into the gaslighting. There was so many slights in that exchange. I mean, like more than 50 of those ones where if you're in a different environment, they don't get the next one off. You know what I'm saying? And that's in any conversation. That's relationship, friends, hanging out. I don't care what it is. Let alone, and they supposed to be on the same squad, and it seemed like an op conversation. So Wack been building his profile now for a few months. He's been doing a great job going live. He's getting good views. He's getting good traction. His subs is going up. He got chat interaction. And there's a lot of hate watching as well. There's people in there that just want to hear so they can comment. But there's a lot of support in there too. And I think the overwhelming sentiment is moving in a positive direction. I don't know if it's 50-50 yet or not, but I do think that it's swaying because people were able to see or identify with him more and say, I thought he was this, but maybe he's that or somewhere in the middle. But he's always going to have his detractors, but those views count as well. That's for any content creator. A lot of people are watching them because they don't like them. They want something to say, you know what I mean? Or they want to do a video on it. They want to clip it and do something. So, it's all part of the ecosystem. In terms of the Adam thing, it's going to be interesting to see if Adam issues some sort of apology or if you see some type of contrition in their next few interactions as he gets to sit back and reflect and not be in boss mode where the arrogance and the ego, because you did build the company, it is your building, it is your podcast. But at some point, you got to be empathetic to the people that you have on your so-called team. If he's not on your team, do what you do. But if you consider him a teammate, then you need to treat him accordingly or treat him as you would like to be treated if it was his company and you told him, I'm not in favor of this, please don't do it. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I think everybody should sit back and take notes. And the other thing about it too is with the community, AD and all of them that left, citing some of the same type of issues. Is it a pattern now? You understand? So you remember how, like, no shade at Matt, but remember when people kept leaving, they're like, well, I think there's a pattern here. They used to say it with Joe Budden. I think there's a pattern here. Now, Joe has seemed to stabilize, and his crew, they've been rock solid for a while. They even adding people, forget losing people. So, but that was the old narrative for Joe. Now, I don't know if that's a new narrative or a current narrative for Adam. We're going to see. So, but anyway, man, appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know what y'all think. And we're expanding the content too. So if you made it to the end of this and you're hearing this, man, just like the new videos if you like the more broad-based content, and then we'll still bring you, obviously, what Wack is up to. And we'll go from there. So anyway, till next time, man, it's your boy Dell, the Answer. We out.